What if I told you that everything we know about AI is about to be completely flipped on its head? What if a robot could teach itself to walk without code or training data? Could an AI truly learn the same way a baby does, through real-world trial and error? And if that's possible, are we witnessing the birth of the first real artificial intelligence? Let me introduce you to Luna, a robot dog with a brain that doesn't just compute, it learns. Not from data, but from experience. The problem with AI today. Here's the thing most people don't realize about AI. For all the hype around it, it's still kinda dumb. Seriously, ask any engineer. Modern AI, even the flashy stuff, is built on one very outdated idea: back propagation. That's just a fancy way of saying it learns by adjusting numbers in a giant spreadsheet of probabilities, over and over, based on a mountain of training data. It doesn't really know anything. It can't think on its feet. So when real life throws something unexpected at it, it freezes, it fails, it falls apart. But what if AI could learn the way you and I do? Not by reading the answers ahead of time, but by stumbling around, trying things, failing, learning, adapting. The plot twist. That's exactly what one team of researchers says they've cracked. And the secret? It comes from 30 years of brain science that most of the AI world has ignored. Meet Enel, a new kind of intelligence. Udia Enel and their team didn't start with computers. They started with brains, real ones. For 3 decades, they studied how animals and humans actually learn. Not just through thinking, but through sensing, moving, falling, and trying again. And what they found changed everything. They discovered that each neuron in your brain isn't just a dumb wire passing signals, it's more like a tiny problem solver. Constantly adapting, constantly reacting to what your body sees and feels. So instead of copying what today's AI does, they built something totally different. They built an artificial nervous system. They call it Enel, and unlike anything before it, Enel doesn't need massive datasets or powerful servers. It learns in real time, directly from the world around it. Enter Luna! And now you're about to see it in action. Meet Luna. She looks like an ordinary off-the-shelf robot dog. But don't let the looks fool you. What's inside her is revolutionary. Luna hasn't been pre-trained. She's not running on some remote cloud server. She has no idea how to walk. She's never done it before. And that's the point. The experiment begins. Luna is about to learn everything from scratch, live in front of your eyes. Right now, she's just been powered on. She doesn't know how her legs work. She doesn't even know what standing is supposed to feel like. She'll try, she'll fall, and slowly she'll learn how it works. Here's the genius of Enel's system. Instead of being programmed with how to walk, Luna is simply told what problems to solve, like don't fall or stay upright. Her sensors give her real-time feedback, and every time she tries to move, her artificial neurons start tweaking themselves, just like how a baby learns to crawl. No model of her body was coded in. No centralized AI is puppeteering her. Every piece of her brain is figuring it out on its own. That leash, it's not for guidance. It's just so she doesn't break her legs when she topples over. Because unlike real animals, she doesn't have soft tissue to cushion the fall. Watch her stand! And then, just like that, Luna starts to lift herself off the ground. Wobbly at first, but steady. Determined. She's standing, on her own, for the first time. This isn't a trick. It's not a pre-recorded animation. It's real, live learning. The bigger idea: any hardware, anywhere. Now here's where things get really wild. Luna isn't special because of her hardware. In fact, you could take the same Enel learning network and drop it into a drone, a humanoid robot, even a digital simulation. Enel doesn't care what it's learning on. It only cares that the body or system it's connected to can feel, move, and try. So whether it's walking, flying, typing, or navigating traffic, it can learn. From scratch, on its own. That's never been done before. Pushing the limits. Okay, now let's raise the stakes. We're putting Luna on a patch of ice. Before, she just learned how to balance on flat ground. Now she has to adapt to a slippery, unpredictable surface without falling. Traditional AI would fail here. It would need new training data, offline retraining, and then redeployment. A process that could take hours, days, or even weeks. But Luna? She feels the slip. She adjusts. She reacts. Her neurons reshape themselves in real time. She doesn't just survive the change. She learns from it. 申し訳ありませんが、そのリクエストにはお迎えできません. So here's the real question. What happens when a machine can teach itself anything? What happens when we don't have to build thousands of lines of code or train on millions of examples, but instead just drop the AI into the world and let it explore? The childhood stage, right? Now Luna is a newborn. She's just learned how to control her limbs and stay upright. Next comes walking. Clumsy little steps, like a toddler learning to wobble across the living room. And after that, she enters what the team calls her childhood stage. That's where Luna will begin learning new tasks by instruction. Not with data, but through demonstration. Just like how you'd teach a kid to tie their shoes or teach a dog to fetch. It's not coding, it's communication. The bigger implications. Think about what this could mean. An AI that learns like a human child could eventually build its own understanding of the world. Not just repeat what it's seen before, but reason, predict, innovate. It won't just answer our questions, it'll ask its own. This isn't just another version of AI, it's something entirely new. This isn't the next generation of AI, it's the first generation of true intelligence. Because for the first time, we're not programming machines to know things. We're building machines that can discover things for themselves. It's not artificial intelligence anymore. It's autonomous intelligence. And Luna, she's just the beginning. If this blew your mind like it did mine, hit that like button, subscribe for more breakthroughs in real-world AI, and let me know in the comments. What would you teach Luna if you had the chance? The future is learning on its own. Are we ready for it? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.